Hi everyone. How you going? I wanted to come in and give advice, motivation, inspiration, or whatever I can do for you this week today, based on a real question that one of my Peace, Love, and Profit members has just asked me in the Facebook group, which is how do I make myself stand out in a really oversaturated market? If you can relate to this, let me know if you've had that thought, you've been thinking this thought, like, oh my God, there's so many other people doing what I'm doing. How do I stand out? How do I be a little bit different? How do I get attention? How do I get more clients when there's so many people? Some of them pop up and start cheaper, etc. Like, what the F do you do? So I want to talk a little bit about what you can do in that situation, if this is you. If you are watching live, can you comment and say hello so I know who's there? That would be great. And if you're watching the replay, just put the word replay or hashtag replay so I know how many people are watching that as well. Okay, so this was a question from Tonya, who has a beauty business. She specializes in lots of different services, but eyelash extensions is one of her main things that she does. And she's like, I've been doing this for a really long time. She's really good at it. She's built a really great business. She's just set it up to run without her in it. So now she's working more like on the business and doing the marketing and planning that out for 2024. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Connie. Of course, just when I go live, a fly starts buzzing around my head. Lovely. So if I'm distracted, that's why. So yeah, but she said, but just recently, like within the last, I don't know, year or two, because it's an unregulated industry and anyone can get into it, which we all know if we're been doing this, sometimes that's the reason you're into it. Not gonna lie, it's one of the reasons I started spray tanning in the first place, because I only had to take a really short course or just figure it out for myself and started doing it. I didn't need to go spend lots of money or whatever to get started. I literally started a spray tanning business with $500. I bought a kit, figured it out. So there's benefits to being in an unregulated industry because I got into it. You might have too. But anyway, one of the disadvantages is that it can become oversaturated because anybody can start a business. And she said that there's literally like 5 other lash techs that have opened up like on her block or in her street lately. Like she can see other ones from her door of other people that are offering eyelash extensions. I'm like, that's extreme. Like there's a lot around you. So she asked me, like, how do I stand out? How do I position myself as different from these guys? Or how do I get more attention from these guys? Or like, if someone is in this area as a customer looking for eyelash extensions, what's going to make them choose me when there's all these other people out there doing the same thing? Some of them are quite cheap, whatever. Now, there's so many things I want to say about this. So many. So we'll see where my brain goes. The first thing that I want to point out is that the fastest way to grow and position yourself differently is actually to take your eye completely off all of the competitors. You can do a little bit of market research just for data if you want to. You can stalk all of their social media. You can stalk all of their websites. You can see what they're doing for marketing. You can see what their pricing's like. Try not to let it affect you emotionally. It often can affect you emotionally if you do this, or you can get sucked like comparison analysis type thing where you start comparing yourself to others. You start maybe seeing yourself as not good enough. I know that because I've done it. It happens to me if I surround myself too much with other people who are doing a similar thing to me. I'll start having thoughts like, oh, maybe I should be doing it like that. Maybe I should be doing it like this. And then you got to cut that off. Because if you focus too much on your competition, you're not focusing on your market and you're not focusing on your clients. And that's what you need to shift your focus to. So if instead of thinking about all of the competition, you start thinking about your clients and the type of people they are and the type of problems that they have and the type of results that they want, sit down with a pen and paper. I always do everything with pen and paper, and I'll write down like a couple of my clients. I'll write down their actual situation, and then I'll just let my brain try and come up with ideas of solutions for them and things that I could do that would really help them to get what they want. So the first thing is to just try and stop looking at it. Stop trying to think about, oh my God, there's so many other people doing this, because it's not going to, like, I want to, and what do they want, and how can I create and put something together for them that they're going to love. And hopefully this isn't freezing. It looks like it's just frozen a little bit on my end. Please let me know if the connection's okay. My Wi-Fi was a little bit dodgy earlier today. Should hopefully be okay. So that's the first thing. Stop thinking about them and start thinking about your clients and what they want. Now, the market is only going to be oversaturated for you. This is the next step. If you blend in with them, or if you fit in with them. Oh, Lucy said it keeps freezing. Bummer. I'm just going to keep going anyway, because I can't control that. And hopefully it'll get better. So if you blend in, if you fit in, if you are similar to these people, and if you're trying to be similar to other people, or like compete with them on price or compete with them on other things, then you are kind of digging yourself into a hole. If you want to stand out and be unique, you need to work on your brand, and you need to have something that is new, unique, or different. So to dig into these a little bit more, brand, like if you don't have a personality, if your brand doesn't have a sense of personality, or something that it stands for, or something that it's about, or something that it's like you're for a certain type of person, if you're trying to be like just really generic and kind of please everybody, then you are really going to blend in and not stand out. So for lashes, as an example, you might go one of two directions. You could specialize in, I've got clients in both of these directions. I've got one client who like has a lash salon that specializes in the natural looking styles, like classic, glam classic, lash lifts, and her whole kind of brand personality is featured around like really, really high quality girls who like to still look classy and natural. And then there's the other angle, and I have a good example for this. One of my other clients who literally specializes in like dramatic eyelash extensions that look like strip lashes, that look like fake lashes. And that's her whole brand. And that's the angle that she goes with. If you try and do both, you can, but you aren't talking to anyone specific that way. You will tend to have better results if you pick something to specialize in and you become really, really good at it, and that's what you become known for. And then the people who want that come to you because you're the best. Let me know if that makes sense. So this client that did the really like strip lash looking false lashes, she had such a great idea that I thought was genius. She is in Florida in the United States, I think. And she would go to like Priceline and pharmacies and like shops that sold fake lashes basically, and look at all of the different designs and look at the ones that were the most popular. And then what she did was she would try and imitate those looks with permanent lashes, and she practiced and she got really, really good at it. And there were like 3 main styles that she like mastered and became really well known for. And she gave them their own unique names. She didn't just call them like Mega Volume or whatever. She was like, you know how when you look at a packet of lashes, sometimes they have a girl's name on them, or like, you know, the Wispy set or the Sophia set or the whatever or whatever. I've got some in my drawer here. Oh, these don't have a name on them. But anyway, I've got some others that have names. And then she would make up her own unique style name and her own unique look. So she would give it a name like, you know, the drama queen or the prom princess, or, you know, something like that. I'm just making that up. And that made her stand out, and that made her unique, and that made her different. So that when people were shopping around for eyelash extensions, and let's say they were looking at everybody's different social media, they were looking at everybody's different websites, hers wasn't just doing classic, glam classic, mega volume like everyone else. She own unique style. She had her own unique names. She had her signature design that she'd created, and that set her apart. And because it was new, unique, and different, people wanted to try it. And it attracted that certain type of client. And she became so busy and so well known and so booked out because of that. So hopefully this is making sense so far. If you blend in too much, and if you don't have anything new, unique, or different, you probably are blending in a little bit. So one of the fastest ways to stand out in an oversaturated market is to create something new, unique, or different. Create your own signature style or method or way of doing things. Create your own unique package that nobody else is offering. And sometimes this requires time to sit and think and brainstorm and just write down as many ideas as you can, even if 80% of them are terrible. Doesn't matter. If you keep coming up with ideas, eventually you will come up with something. You just have to give yourself the time to sit and think or talk it out with someone or whatever. So that's having that unique offer. And then the next thing that you can think about is your brand personality. If you are trying to make your brand, like if someone goes to your website and then they look at all the other beauty salon websites around you, and they all look kind of just really similar, and you're using stock photos, and they're all like just, I don't know, they just kind of don't have a sense of personality. They're just all about the services and not really about the type of people that you want to work with and the type of people that you're attracting and the type of people that the business exists for. That doesn't set you apart either. So I know I've told this story before, but what I did in my salons that helped me stand out so much was I was really all about for the type of girls that wanted to look hot, that went out clubbing, that were models, that did photo shoots, that were in Zoo magazine, that were dancers and that kind of stuff, because that's who I was at the time. And so all my marketing was like all featuring that kind of stuff. And so naturally it just attracted those kinds of people. It also stood out because I wasn't just all about, I am a salon that does spray tans. I'm like, I am a salon that makes you the hottest girl in the club because that's what they wanted. And it didn't mean that all my clients were that type of person either. There was just like heaps of different kinds of people, but that kind of marketing and angle attracted them because that was something that they kind of wanted to be in some way, shape, or form. I also told personal stories about like how I'm just naturally super white and I don't tan in the sun. So that's why I get a spray tan every week, because I've always wanted to be tanned and I just can't. And so then if a girl that was like me read that story on the website, they're like, well, I need to go here because that's me. I identify with this. And same with the hair extensions. My natural hair is extremely fine, doesn't grow, snaps off, etc. So hair extensions changed my life. I wear them all of the time. I feel normal with them. And so if anyone reads that, they're going to relate to me. They're going to choose my business over everyone else's because I'm like them. Because people like people who are like themselves because they can connect and relate to each other. Connie says that's so true. So even with my personal brand, with my coaching, I tend to attract people who are either similar to me in personality type or who aspire to do things that I have done, or they relate to me in some way, shape, or form. I've either done something that they want to do themselves, so they want to work with me to be able to do that, or they relate to me or connect to me some way, shape, or form because I share, like, you know, how my brain works, how my personality works, how I'm like super driven, and I like to grow businesses. I'm always growing. I can't just be content working by myself. And some people can, and that's fine. But if I was to just make my branding, my business just about Facebook ads, then I just become another Facebook ads person. And there's a million of those out there. And then I'm going to attract probably clients that I don't align with and that I don't love and that I don't connect with and that maybe aren't ideal for me because I'm not trying to call in a specific type of client who connects with me. So you really, if you want to stand out, you have to work on your brand personality. You have to put a bit of personality into your brand. You have to think about how can you put a little bit of maybe your personal personality into your brand to attract similar kind of people. Or you have to have something that's unique and new and different. There's actually a study that I read somewhere once years ago that talked about, like when people see something new, especially if it's something new in an industry of something that they already love, there's a little part of your brain that lights up and creates some dopamine, because that's how dopamine works. Oh, new and exciting, new shiny thing, new. So when they see something new, whether it's an existing client from you, an existing follower, or someone in your industry that sees something new in the beauty industry, the lash industry, some new hair color, some new technique, some new style, you're going to pay attention to it because it stands out, or they're going to pay attention to it so it stands out. So if you want to stand out a little bit more this year, my recommendation is that you sit down with a pen and paper and you take some time and you brainstorm as much as you possibly can on this kind of thing. You do have good ideas. You just have to give them time and you have to let them out and you have to work on it. So the other last thing that I want to share is that you could have also like a clear mission that people want to get behind as a part of your business. So sometimes you see businesses are like, it's our mission to help this many people to get this result this year, or it's our mission to build a business that can donate a percentage of profits to this charity that we want to support because we believe so much in this, or it's our mission to change this many lives by doing this thing. And sometimes that can call people in who relate to that mission or that message, and they want to support that mission by by joining you and they become a client and they want to support you. Yeah, so that is a few different ways to stand out in your market. If you're finding it's too saturated, you're not standing out, you need to change something. The market's not going to change. And if you are one of those people who's always got all the great ideas and you're coming up with new things, you are a thought leader, you're a visionary, you're the leader in your industry, you also have to know that the other people that don't have the ideas are going to copy you. It happens. It's happened to me so many times. People used to copy my ads and promotions and stuff all of the time. And you know what? I turned it into a new business idea. Now I sell my ads and promotions and I make hundreds of thousands of dollars from them, because entrepreneur, don't just complain about it, turn it into profit and help more people. Anyway, you can stand out and be different, and you should if you want your business to grow a lot faster. Let me know if you have any questions about this, or tell me if this was helpful. I would love to see more of you having a more distinct, exciting personality in your business that you're excited about and proud of and that stands out. And also, yeah, brainstorm how to come up with some new and different, unique ways to do things in your business. Like bring some fresh energy in. If it's been a while, if you've been doing things the same way for so long, like really sit down and think, how can I make myself stand out a little bit more? If you need help with this, of course, send me a private message, come and work with me. It's what I do. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Connie. And I will see you on the Facebook. All right. Good luck. See you soon. Bye.